The Divine Walk.
For a century, many Christians have celebrated All Hallows Eve, which takes place in the evening right before Saint Day on November 1st. It started at a time to remember those who died for their faith while helping gain religious freedom. It was also on October 31, 1517. That priest named Martin Luther King publicly denounced certain action going on in the church. And at that time, like paying money to escape got punishment. His argument helped spark the big change in the church. So Halloween is a combination, yes, of two separate observances, All Saint Day and Agent Festival, Samhain. Yes. All Saint Day was observed created by the Roman Catholic to honor all saints who take a specific day and a commemoration. In Roman Catholicism, many saints are assigned to a specific day to be honored. After Roman Catholicism was illegal and became the state religion of the Roman Empire, in the 4th century, the Roman Catholic developed a tradition called canonization. Halloween is also tied to pagan tradition, but many people don't realize. All attempt to communicate with the dead. Some people also dress in scary costume or paint their face or wander off with wandering spirit. With Halloween celebrated in many different ways, it's wise to develop approach based on your own conviction. But well before the origin of Halloween, Jesus Christ came to the world to keep us from death and darkness, right? And to bring hope and light and to save us from terrifying consequences of sin. And the Bible says, you shall call his name Jesus, and for he will save his people from their sin. Matthew 1 verse 21. No true believer of Christ portray evil, darkness, or wickedness, even unjust, right? Let us walk as Jesus said, I am the light of the world, and whosoever follow me will never walk in darkness, will have the light of life. John 8:12. If we are in Christ, then we must remember that in him was life, and life was the light of man. So we, the light, yes, but dying the world, because Jesus plainly said that you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden, right? Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead of they put it on the stand. It give light to everyone in the house, right? In the same way, let your light shine before others, and that they see the good deed and glorify your Father which is in heaven. The word Halloween is actually a shortened version of All Hallows Eve. A observant that All Saints Day on November 1st, and we all know that it's a Scottish Vican. It's the English word Mass Day of All Saints, right? Most people that I talk to have no clue as the origin of Halloween, although a few believe it was connected to All Hallows Eve, which All Saint Day, which is the following day, right? So they said that the Roman feasts celebrate Halloween evil intention. Literally, even today, non-believers do not celebrate Halloween with evil intention. Necessary evil though they make good idea, that is because pagan activities also in there. Yes. With the origin and practice of Halloween in the mind, there are some 4 reasons why we believe you should consider teaching Halloween from your family and your kids' life. Let's get started. The merging of pagan costume in our life. So we shall not worship the Lord your God in that way, for every abomination to the Lord which he hates they have done to do with their God. Deuteronomy 12, verse 31. God demand purity of worship from his disciple and follower, not combined with paganism with Christianity, right? So Halloween is a demonic pagan celebration, and it is believed that on Halloween, the door between of demons and living is open, and all manner of evil can manifest itself among the living, and many people don't realize that. October the 31st is a holy day for satanic worshipper, witches, warlocks, and demons. Satanism and the devil worshipper put as much importance on Halloween as Christians do on Resurrection Sunday, when Jesus Christ conquered death with death. You understand? Satan, our enemy, love lost people who celebrate this demonic pagan festival because it brings a generational curse lasting 4 generations upon the people who celebrate it and their family. Satan knows that the next generation will also celebrate this pagan festival as an effect to attract the curse to the next generation related to family members. This is why generational curse been happening, because many people are celebrating pagan things. Why the costume? The delusion behind the costume is posed as something you are not, are by doing so you invite demonic attack upon your life and those your family members. Satan is the greatest identity thief, and he's trying to imitate Christ in the wilderness and question his real identity by asking, if you are the Son of God, command these stones. Notice that Satan manifests as an angel of light, the 2 Corinthians 11:14. So we have to be careful. So that is one reason. Yes, God wants us to avoid darkness. Let me tell you something. Halloween is all about darkness. It glorifies and emphasizes darkness, character, witches, wizard, vampire, ghost. Yes. These are all associated either with death or Satanism or utter gulf, right? The Bible is clear that we should have no fellowship with unfruitful work of darkness. Ephesians 5 verse 11. No fellowship means no participation, allowing the spiritual opposite of the resurrection of Christ. Through the celebration of Halloween, satanic worshipper, witches, workers carry out satanic ceremony, attack the church of Jesus Christ and the Christian community. Celebrating Halloween is a betrayal to the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth and all things visible and invisible, if you realize. You cannot drink of the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. Right here. The grief pumpkin is open invitation of demon who enter your house. Curse become active on Halloween, and if you worship Satan by celebrating Halloween, you are inviting curse upon yourself and your family if you never know that. The curve, pumpkin, spider web, and all those demonic related are symbol invitation for demons to enter your house and put curse on your household. You must not bow down to their gods and serve them and follow their practice. Yes. Exodus 23 verse 24. I don't want anyone in my family to do that or celebrate those death, witchcraft, or all of. This year, 1 million of Americans will participate in this activity, and it could particularly open up doors for demonic activity if they never knew that. It is no secret that Halloween is all about witches and ghosts and fear and death and haunted house. Hollywood movie, even neighborhood people are grace with the blood and death, blood and axis murderer, giant poisonous spider, gulch, skeleton. Can anyone deny that this Halloween glorifies Satan and every evil thing? Halloween has never been a Christian holiday. A foundation of Halloween is a symbol of tradition which continue to root in pagan activity. God tells his people over and over again to avoid all these pagan tradition. But Halloween activity is a part of golf and death and all those things. Even the sun began to downward and gain it feel in Samhain, in celebrating human hungry and Samhain was one of the year when the dead are allowed to come back into the world and communicate with living people. Traditionally set a spot for dead at their table, if you never know that, inviting them. The possibility that evil spirit will come looking for them as well. That is what Halloween do. So long as you wear the costume, that is why demons and other things come, right? Another thing, so we really skipping with demons, sharing food with someone represent a scar connection. Like Adam and Eve first ate with God in the garden, right? But then they choose to share an apple without God in the presence of Satan. Jesus spent so much time of this time on earth dining with sinner because that is who he came to save, as you realize, right? The last thing Jesus did before he was crucified was to share a meal with the disciple, and he commanded us to continue to remember him in that way until he come again. So when we see him in heaven, it will be at the marriage supper of the Lamb. So behold, yes. So them say, behold, I standing at the door and knock. If anyone hear my voice and open, I will come in and dine with you and eat with me. Revelation 3 verse 20. So Satan, the father of lie, he kill, he steal, he destroy, especially on the holy day. Halloween, he visit those that worship him. Runner that Gentile sacrifice, the thing they sacrifice to the man, not to God. And I do not want you to have fellowship with demons. Please all protect your children from satanic that come across a bit fun. This might a bit fun but cause grave problem to your children development and the ability to come closer with God. So don't participate in those things. Yes, Halloween is an excuse to a lot of sexuality if you never knew that. It is true Halloween become more every year. In fact, that sometimes it is real. You dress up like porn star, girl dress more provoking and seducing as much as young age. I even look at children on the day and it seem like unwritten competition to racist costume for those passing on. Yes, and immodesty. Read with me. Ephesians 5 verse 3. But fornication and all uncleanness and covetousness, let it not evil by name among you as fitting and sin, neither filthiness nor foolish talking nor curse with him, which are fitting and giving thanks. For this is you know that no fornicator, unclean person, covetous man, who is an idolater has inherited the kingdom of Christ and God. For you were once darkness, but now you are in the light. In the Lord, walk as the children of fruit, for the fruit of the Spirit is goodness, righteousness, and truth. Find out what is acceptable to the Lord. Millions of women use Halloween as excuse to dress like street walker, dress like women use Halloween as excuse to act like sexual predator, and even little girl, young children at 3 years old are being dressed as sexual predator and all those things. What kind of message does this is telling you? Dressing up them like ghosts and all other unclean things that is not healthy. In recent time, you realize what is going on, right? Get your act right. This is why sexual demons and all those manner of evil come upon children. Spirit of rape, spirit of Jezebel, all these things because you're inviting them. And you're inviting sexual demons in your life. God wants us to bless us, but not in the way of the world blesses. For those who love Jesus, why it is important to entertain or flirt in the dark side of for 1 day or 1 week or 1 month out of years, instead of delighting in the Lord himself as set before us. Thus say the Lord, do not lead the way of Gentile, do not be dismayed at the sign of heaven, for the Gentiles are dismayed at them, and for custom of people are Jeremiah 10 verse 2. We often say that we don't want to deprive our children of candy or of dressing up our fun or participating in holiday, but God has already told us the custom of the world. Is this is a kind of happiness you want our children? Are we clearly setting our standard too low? See God's kingdom and his righteousness, and he will protect all other things we need, right? God wants his people to be holy, which means to be set apart. If everyone else is doing something and I am doing it too, that is a good time to examine myself, right? And to see if I'm really faithful. If people don't look at me and think I am particular, if I fit right in our culture and no one will tell that I am any different, then I am probably doing something wrong, right? The Bible doesn't say that we should have less updo with the darkness other than people do. It says that have nothing to do with evil. But even that knowledge associated with this pagan holiday. And you open yourself to demons and all those things. Let me tell you something. It is my prayer that everyone who follow Christ will open a prayerful, seeking God wisdom about tradition of man and do not participate in darkness. Because when you participate in darkness, you become a liar. And your way is dark. And you're going to end up and fall back into sin and consequences of sin. Ephesians 5, let no one deceive you the empty word, for because of these things the wrath of God come upon the son of disobedience, and therefore do not be partaker with them, but know you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness, righteousness, and find what is acceptable to the Lord. Amen. Thank you. So this is the end of my video on Halloween and why I don't celebrate Halloween.